If it is a different file, then you will be able to see the different file name. So as of now, the file which is open here is welcome to Excel. And below you can see the bar which is menu bar. Within this menu bar, you have all the different kind of option which we are going to learn. Let's see where the flash fill option is available. So it is available on few of the options. If you can see this data type, within the data type, if you move towards a bit right, here you can see that. And what it is showing you, automatically fill in the values, enter a couple of examples you would want as output, and keep the cell active in the column you would want to fill it. And the same option is available here on the home tab also. Where will you find it? This fill option, if you can see on my screen below to the sigma button. So if you can see here, flash fill option is reflecting, and the same definition is provided here with the shortcut. You can see flash fill, control E is the shortcut. So if I have the example available here, like this is the email ID and this is the first name and last name. So I just need to ensure that top one is available. Let me remove this one also. So I just need to ensure that on the place where I want first name and last name, I have the example available. So how can I add the example? I will just try to find, okay, Nancy is the first name, so I'm going to write it Nancy here. Last name is Smith. Okay, now I can simply press Control E. I would just need to ensure that I am in the same column. So as I press Control E, see, the names are splitted here. Did you get that? Where this option is available, this flash fill. If you do not want to go for the shortcut, let me press Control Z here. After the examples are provided, you will simply have to click on this flash fill option. Now for the second column, okay, this is how you can go for flash fill option. Now, as we talk about the flash fill option, what can you see here? Home fill, flash fill, where you have option available, but this is a split option what we are learning. So let's move ahead. Is there more to learn in this splitting? Yes. So what it is mentioned here is split a column based on delimited. So if you can see here, you have data, and basis this specific data, you would need first name, last name, and name of the company. So there are three things mentioned here in the data, if you can see. Okay, so here we are moving on the next topic, right? The next topic, which means split is only the topic, but this is something which we have discussed so far. So Vasundhara and Divya, you are on the same page now. We are going to go for the next topic, which is a split. So now remember this thing. If you have data available, can you try flash fill here also? Basis the above example, you have seen that yes, you can apply it. Can you apply it here also? If you provide first name, last name, and company name as example, will this flash fill help you? What do you guys think?
No.
No, this is Vasundhara. Okay, so Vasundhara, this is a flash fill option, right? Which is obviously going to work here because if we provide the
Okay.
examples, so that is what we learned above, right? So if you can see here in the first name, we are just going to add here first name, which is Nancy here, right? In this example also, the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
example is taken, only the name of company is also added here after the comma. So if you can see Nancy, comma, Smith, comma,
Mm.
Console Limited, right? So that is what you see as the name of the company. So here we would just need to type first name, which is Nancy. And if I try to type the next one, see, this is the example, it is automatically writing others. Similarly, if I try to do the same thing with Smith, okay, and just let me go ahead and type other examples also. It is so simple. I am not trying to do anything. I am just trying to go step by step, right? So here I would just need to type the name of company. So here I'm just writing Console Limited, right? I'm just trying to type here. And if I try to do this, see, it automatically done. But I am going on three different columns here. For an example, if I have a data within a column and there I require 100 columns data. So in this column, if I have the data for 100 different column, it will be quite repeat activity for me that I type the very first example for each different column. For 100 columns, I will have to, as of now, there are three columns only. So it was not that tough for me. But if I have more than 10 columns, more than 15 columns, then I'm doing the same thing that I'm going on data, then I'm just trying to type the very first example. It is going to take some time. Though flash fill is the function which is helping you with 16 different formula. So there are many formulas where this flash fill is earlier this flash fill was not there. So we used to apply other formulas, right? So overall it is combination of 16 different formula. Still, if you have more number of columns, that is not perfect option for splitting the data. Then how can you do it? Just focus here on the screen. I'm removing this result and read this. Flash fill is pretty handy, but if you want to split data into more than one column all at once, which means all in one go, right? Then it's not the best tool for the job. Try text to column in this situation. So where this text to column feature is available, it is available in the data, and here you can see it. Within data type, you can see text to column feature. So what are we going to do as of now? We are going to read the instruction and just follow one by one, right? So let's read the first one. Click and drag to select the cells from Nancy to Yoni, right? So I'm just going to do it from Nancy till below. I have selected all the names here, correct? And now I'm just going to process with the next one on the data tab. Okay, so here I'm on the data tab. Click text to column. So I'm going to click on text to column feature. Okay, now I am on text to column feature, or let me keep it quite above so you can see this one. Okay, on the data type text to click, so text to column is something which I have found and I just click from here. As I click, this is the dialog box appearing. Can you see the dialog box? Convert text to column wizard. Do you see it or you do not see it? Vasundhara or Divya, any one of you would want to
It,
confirm? Can you see the dialog box appearing here for delimited and fixed with?
it.
Okay, I think you do not see it. I got it. Okay, no worries. Let me share this again and let me know if you can see it now. So here I am on the text to column feature. I am back to this presentation mode. If you can see it, what did we do? We just have selected the data here and click on the text to column which is available in the data tab. So as I click on it, do you see this dialog box appearing here on my screen where my cursor is moving? Correct? So
Yes.
this place which is text to column feature, and we are going to use this. How can we use it? We are going to follow the instruction only. Data type, click text to column, make sure delimited is selected. So there are two different options on this screen if you can see on this specific dialog box, delimited and fixed with. So we are going to choose the delimited and press next. Now the third option under delimited, make sure the comma is only the checkbox selected and then click next. As we have comma here, we are going to separate these word basis the comma. You can see in the examples, Nancy, comma, Smith, comma, Contoso Limited, Andy, comma, North, comma, Fabricum, right? So it is getting separated basis the comma, right? So we would want to separate it basis comma only. So as I click on comma, you can see in the preview below, right? All these name are getting separated as I click on the comma, right? Now I'll press next. And what else do I do? Now I need to select where I want this data. So on the screen, you can see the destination reflecting here, right? This general option is by default selected. I just need to change the destination. So as of now, if you see, as I click on it, this is the cell which is reflecting. Okay, D. 32 I need to click on, and as of now it has selected C32. So I just need to remove it from here, and I need to click where I want the data. So I want it from here below to the headers towards right side of the data, and here I'll click finish. Did you get that? If you want me to repeat, please do let me know. So this is because I tried showing it to you, it has took some time, but if I just try to go it in one way, see, it is going to be very easy for me. I just click like this, and I'm just going to select this as D32. So I'm just going to press enter. See, it's easy, right? Any question on this specific text to column feature?
Understood.
Great, great. So let's read the worth exploring option. The worth exploring option, there are other way to working with the data. You can query an external source. Okay, that is what we are going to learn later on. As of now, just focus on this split option. So this way we can split the data, right? Now go for the fill option, which is the second number of sheet. Okay, the second number of sheet, if you can see fill option, we know how to apply function. Now we can press equal and write the name of the function and apply it, right? But when we need to apply it on many of different cell, it takes time. And as of now, we are learning how can we do it quickly. So you can see save time by filling cells automatically. So if you can see the one uh, object moving on my screen as of now, this is called cursor. We call it cursor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the one which is reflecting now, which is moving on my screen, this is cell pointer. We call it cell pointer in Excel, correct? This is one which is moving on my screen, correct? This is
Yes.
required for selecting cell, for selecting columns, rows, and everything, right? So you see something, you see here, as of now, what I'm selecting is column. We obviously know it. And here what I'm selecting is row. So your worksheet is completely basis to different thing. It is a combination of rows and columns, right? So what do you see on the screen? If I press Ctrl N from my keyboard, this is the fresh file I'm opening. Above you see name of the file, you see search box, you see autosave option. Save, if you would want to save, Ctrl Z and Ctrl Y is the shortcut for redo and undo. So both you see on the top. Below you see menu bar, then you see name box. Name box is going to give you the name of different sales. So as of now, it is showing you E7 because I have clicked on E7. So this cell box I'm talking about, this cell pointer, wherever if I click on it, accordingly the name box change, the name change here for each different cell. If I click on the column G, so here I'm selecting columns, here I'm selecting rows. Why we are talking about that? Because as of now, we are going to learn few of the shortcuts related to that. Now you see this function fx, just after it you see the formula bar. If you are going to write any formula, this is where the formula will reflect. Below to that you have sheet options. You can see name of the sheet. You can add more number of sheets also with the plus icon. If you can see here, as of now, I have added 5 different sheet, and you can remove that too. Below to that, you can see status bar. This place where you can see as of now my cursor is moving. This is called a status bar where you can see zoom in option, right? This zoom in option is available in the status bar. So we are going to take a benefit of status bar by looking at the numbers. We will understand that too. But for now, let's come back on this specific sheet. Save time by filling cells automatically. Now let's read the instruction. Here is how to use the fill handle in Excel. So the cell pointer, what we are talking about, within the cell pointer, you can see one of the dot at below. Do you see it here? On the screen, if you see this box to the lower right corner, you can see one of the point is reflecting here, correct? Where my cursor, I'm just putting it here. You can see one of the point.
Yes.
Basis that point, it is going to help us dragging the function and formulas. How can it, how is it possible? So you can see this place where I have a color, yellow color. You can see it is adding to different number, 50 plus 50, and the answer is 100. Now, if I would want to apply on all of these place, either I do it manually like this, equal sum and then apply this. This is way. This is the way for applying a function. So I'm applying in this way. If I apply again for the next one, it is going to take some time, right? And that is not doable too. So how do we do it? If we have applied on one place, we simply can drag it, and the cell pointer lower right corner, we have this point, we will just click and hold and just drag it till below, and you can see this function which we have applied above is applied on the rest of the rows also. Correct. Similarly, if you can see this place, if I just try to see this, you have a function here where it is adding 175 on the first row. As I try to drag it till below, see, the same function is available on all the other cells, and here it is changing the range name. If you can see, if I just try to enter within the function, it's showing you E4 to F4, right? Let me zoom in for better visibility. As of now, it is showing you E4 to F4. As of now, this is only the function which was available above, but as I drag it below, the range is also changing with it, right? So this dragging feature is doable. You can do it with this specific right corner. If you can move towards right, you can move towards left, you can drag towards left, right, and below and above with this lower right corner point. Okay, remember this same thing which we are going to learn with the shortcut. If you can see here in extra credit, the same thing which we did here with the lower right corner and drag it till below, the same thing you can do with the control D shortcut also. So where do you want this same function? You just need to select. So above you have data and the same function you want till below. So just press control D from your keyboard. See, as of now, I just did it in the similar way. I just have pressed control D from my keyboard. I did not drag it. See, this is why where my cursor is. I'm not moving it anywhere. I just have selected and I'll press control D. Can you see that? So control D is the next shortcut which you are learning here after control E, which was flash fill. Now control D is for filling it till down. Similarly, on one place you have function in below example. Now you would want to move it towards right because you have data here available, and here you have a function. So if you would want to move it towards right, drag it towards right, you can do it in this way. Simple. You have, can see everywhere your sum function is available. If you would want to try the same feature with shortcut, then simply select the place where you have function with the blank cell where you want the formula, press the shortcut. So control D was the shortcut which we have seen above because we had to fill towards below. Now you can press control R shortcut, control R, which is going to drag it towards right. So I just have pressed the shortcut which is control R. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Is there anything new, Divya, which you have learned here? Basis this example.
I never used this control D option. It's the first time I'm seeing actually.
Okay, so control D is the function. It is one of the shortcut which can fill it till down. And similarly, if you would want to fill it towards right, then control R is the shortcut. Please remember these shortcuts. These are going to help you as a data analyst because as of now we know this feature, and but we do not know shortcuts sometime, right? So please remember these shortcuts. Also, we have three different shortcuts so far. One was Alt equal key for adding the numbers. Other one is Control E for flash fill. Then we had Control D for filling it till down. And this time we are using Control R, which is for filling it towards right. Okay. Okay. Now this feature which we have understood, I'm just trying to zoom it to the 100% again. Okay. Now this shortcut which we have understood is for dragging. We also know the lower right corner option that it is there for dragging, but it can help in other way also. How is it possible? How can we drag it and get the benefit of it with the lower right corner point? See, Use the fill handle to copy cell. Sometimes you do not need the numbers to change as you fill, instead you just want to copy values. Now for copying values which are available here, produce and fruit, you can see you have a data available here where you have product, you have count, and in the blank space, in the blank place, you want the same data like produce and fruit, you want the same thing. So there are two three different way how can you get the same thing till below. Either you press Control D here, which is one of the shortcut. You'll have to ensure that this way it is selected. Okay, and you'll press Control D. As you can see in this example, it was available on the top row after headers, but now with the help of Control D shortcut I have got it till below. If you do not want to press shortcut, but if you would want to go for the lower right corner point, then select both the values and try to drag it till below like this. You can do that too, correct? There are more feature available with this lower right corner option only. So please focus here. What are we going to learn next? So see here, fill a series. Excel can automatically fill some cell based on a series. For example, you can type Jan in one of the cell and then fill the other cell with Feb. So if you can see here on the screen, you can see one of the snapshot where you have week reflecting here on the very first row within this example, and the headers is mentioned here as Jane. I want to write here February and want to write March here, but can I do with the lower right corner again? So let me try doing it towards right. See, I only had January reflecting in the first column, but with the lower right corner, this point, I could drag it to right and that got the rest of the months reflecting also. Okay. So this is called filler series. How can we do it here? For an example, this is for week one. I want week, if I want the same week till below, then what will I do? I'll simply drag it till below. First of all, I'll select. There are different options. How do you drag it and how do you select it? If you keep your cursor in middle of the cell and then just go below, then it is going to select. But if you just try to go towards and this feature called drag, and if you can see here, I'm just dragging it. And as I use the lower right corner, it has increased the week number here. It is called filling a series. Okay. There are more options. There are more options which we are going to learn with this lower right corner only. So see it here. If you can see on this place where you can see quarter one, if you can see here on this week 1, week 2, week 3, 4, what do you think guys, if I try to drag this one till below, what would be the response? What do you think?
Quarter 1, 2, 3, 4.
Correct. That's completely right. And let me do that. So if I do so, you can see it. But there is one more thing which you need to focus upon. That is important detail. What it is saying, select this cell and drag. We tried dragging it. We also can see the name of quarter. But what it is saying, after that, click this button. You can see this, click this button. So you have this button reflecting here as you drag it till below. Let me press Ctrl Z. As of now, that button is not reflecting, which is reflecting here, correct? So as I drag it till below, see this button is reflecting. Okay. What do you call it? Autofill option. This autofill option is there and we can change it. What can we change it? What can we do with this? So as I click on this, there are few options reflecting. Copy cell, fill series, fill formatting only, fill without formatting, and flash fill. Okay, so there are 5 options available here. If I click on the copy cell, which is the very first option, you can see the same content which was copied on top, which is available on top, the same got copied till below. If I click on the second one, fill series, see it is filling the series, fill formatting only. What did it do? It copied the same formatting which is available above. It did not got the content till below. If I press Ctrl Z, you can see on top quarter one is reflecting with the border, with the orange border. If I try to drag it till below, this feature autofill option saying fill formatting only, and if I just click on this, you can see the orange border are reflecting on rest of the sales also, but it is not giving you the series. Okay, so why? Because it is saying fill formatting only. Now what it is saying, fill without formatting. If you want to fill a series but without the formatting, then click on this one. So the formatting is not dragged, only the numbers are dragged, right? So all these options are there, you can see them. This lower right corner is going to help you a lot. If I just press Control N shortcut, Control N, which means new file. So as I press Control N, you can see the fresh file, and as I write January and just try to drag it till below, you can see all the month name, right? Similarly, if I try to write complete name for the month, and then if I try to drag it till below, can you see the difference? In the very first column, in column C, you have only three character, three letter for the months. But as I write full name for the month, you can see entire name, right? Similarly, this lower right corner is available on weekdays also. So the days are available like this. Again, the very first three letter, but if I try to make it a full, then again the lower right corner option this way. Did you get it? If I say 1 here and just try to drag it till below, is throwing me 1 1 1 only. But if I use the same thing with control key, if I hold control key from my keyboard, as I do so, you can see. Please focus on the screen and just see what is changing here, guys. Okay, so Vasundhara and Divya, if you can see this, 1, I am just keeping my cursor to this point, which is lower right corner. And what am I doing? I am pressing control key from my keyboard. As I hold control key, can you see anything changing? Do you see anything is changing? Now, as of now, you can see plus sign, right? On this screen, if I click my mouse on this lower right corner, you can see plus sign. But if I keep pressing control, any changes do you see?
No, actually.
Okay, I'm just switching it. Then you can see one more a below plus icon above to the
Yes,
plus if you can see. Do you see it? I'm just
yes,
blinking it. I'm just trying to type control key again and again, again and again. So it is blinking. But if I just hold it, you can see one more plus above plus, right? So if I
yes,
click
yes.
like this and then if I do not, keep my finger out of the control key, I'm holding the control key. Now you can see. If I see 2, and just press this lower right corner. If I drag it till below, it will have the same value. But if I do with the control key, I am holding the control key, and then if I do so, then it is increasing with 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? All these feature are, this lower right corner is carrying these all feature with it. There are more feature for this control key on for this lower right corner. It can give you the entire table. How can it give you tables? For an example, this is I'm preparing table for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, or let me do it in this way. This is 1. Now I'll just press control key from my keyboard. Now you can see it is giving you the value is still 10. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing towards right until 6 only, right? But if I keep this 4, now there is a gap of 2. If you can see, I'm just talking about the column Q. So Do not focus on column P, focus on the column Q. You can see the gap of 2 between both of these values. It is 2 and 4, but if I try to drag them, it is giving you the table. Now if I give 3 and 6, so if I want to prepare the table, I'll simply have to keep the gap for, can you see it? It's preparing table for you. Table for 3, table for 2. Correct? So this is the basics usage of the lower right corner. You can take more advantage of it. So this is related to the lower right corner. And that's all for today. In case if you have any question, just let me know. Did you like the session for today? Wo-
Yes, yes. Yeah, I actually
Yes.
saw some new formulas. I didn't know that control D and this fill series and all.
Okay, so see, that is what we are going to learn here. There are many things which we can, learn. We obviously might have worked on the Excel before also, but as we are going to check each different option, these options are going to help us making up right data analyst, correct? How a data analyst should be. This Excel is one of the tool which is like ocean, right? There are a lot of options for learning these. As of now we are just talking very basics. Okay, as our interest will build slowly and gradually, we will get to see a more advanced feature of it, and that's how we will be able to summarize data in a proper way, visualize data in a proper way, and showcase the summary to the leadership, right? That is what the work of data analyst, right?
Yeah.
Okay, really thanks for joining in, guys. Divya and Vasundhara, really thanks for joining in. And that's all for today. In case if you have any question, please ask. Did you had any question from any of the exercise which you seen here, including with sum function, including with flash fill, with filler series? Anywhere did you find any question, or do you find it very smooth?
It's clear. Actually, once we practice and I'll let you know if I get any doubts.
Please try to practice. Just give 5 to 10 minutes, not more than that is required. As of now, we are not covering a lot. We just require 5 10 minutes for practice, and that's when we will be able to achieve the same speed. As of now I tried the slow speed, you will be able to do it in even better way, even more better speed, right? So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in. Take care. Bye bye.